Now, I'm Timothy Pardee. I'm going to tell you about child abuse. Child abuse is serious. Back in the 1950s and 60s, it was not reported very often. But part one, part two, I'm going to tell you about what happened to me as a child from Korea. I was adopted by a couple when I was about 2 years old. But when I was adopted by a Catholic adoption, it was a closed adoption. I should be happy and be safe. I was getting abused bad when I was cut my private parts of my body. I was hit and slapped around. The adoptive mother took a belt around me and jerked me up and down. Also, she slapped down me on the heart on the bedroom floor. They started me to pray, but it didn't help at all. I still getting abused bad because I was wet in the bed and destroyed a toy, and I got beat up for that, especially a Christmas toy that I got, and she hit me with it. We moved to another state, and I still getting abused real bad. But the problem I got there were kinfolks turned the other way so they can protect their brother. I was banged around the head, and it started when I was sitting on the toilet with an apple. She came and slammed my head at a wall, tile wall, required stitches, and worst part of it, I was thrown down store stairs, the basement. I was thrown into a hot water because I beat up my little adopted sister. I was kicked and had black eye and continued getting abused. Nobody, especially kinfolk, stepped in because they wanted to protect their brother. But what about my protection? The Catholic school and the Catholic church didn't do it, stepped in. I had my ribs kicked in and my mouth took a cigarette and put it out on me because I kinfolks, and I didn't do a damn thing about it because I stole a fingernail clipper from my cousins. And then she dragged me in the room, said, "Your father's not here to protect you." And went in the bed. Still, I've been beaten for that too. Here she comes down from a visit with her sisters and her sons and daughters, and either of them didn't do a damn thing about it, and plus her mother and father and everybody else didn't step in. I started a fire in my bedroom and told one of the kinfolks that cat started. And then next day, some repairmen picked it up, and next day she beat the hell out of me, and worse, part of chipped the dining room table on me when I was eating. I got the worst beating for it. She tied me to the bed, and she passed out. Kinfolks came in and got me cleaned up. But the problem was they didn't do a damn thing about it. Just let it go, and they just knew it. They knew it, so I was still getting beat up bad, and I got the worst of it every day. I went to a Catholic school, and they didn't do it or report it. It continued, and they didn't know what to do. It scared me to death. I wondered if I was going to ever live another day. I just wondered and prayed about it, and it didn't work. I wondered where God was. I wanted back what it was happening to me, and not my adopted sister. If I got in trouble with the teachers, then I got double trouble at the home, and boy, did I get in trouble and being on top of that. That's it, and I was kidding.